Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, and welcome fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. This is me on my YouTube channel, reacting very emotionally to the singer I'm going to be talking about today. She changed my life, and I'm hoping that she'll change some of your lives too. This all started 5 years ago when I was watching the TV show America's Got Talent. And this 13-year-old girl came on stage and proceeded to blow me away with the best performance that I'd ever heard on that show. Her name was Angelina Jordan. She was from Norway. And I thought, how is it that I've never heard of this girl? So I had so many questions, and I started to do a deep dive into YouTube videos to find out all that I could. And so it turned out that she was a child prodigy. She had won Norway's Got Talent at the age of 8, and she had written this wonderful book at age 9, becoming the youngest published author in Norway. And she had come out with this great jazz album at the age of 12. And by the age of 13, she already had dozens and dozens of covers of songs from all different genres, which to me sounded almost all better than the original versions.
All the leaves are brown and the skies are gray.
And they were almost all recorded live with no studio effects added. So I was hooked, and so I started to follow her career as it developed after that. And I learned some new things about her as that happened. One was that she also happened to be a great songwriter. She came out with all these original songs that were great. In fact, she has an album, an EP called Old Enough from a couple of years ago. It's one of the best collections of songs I've ever heard. And the biggest kind of revelation for me was when I started to attend her live concerts. And it turns out she is like crazy, crazy good live. I mean, I remember one concert where she sang this epic, slowed down version of the song Unchained Melody that had everybody in the audience just transfixed. And for me, that was the best concert performance of any song that I'd ever heard. So one important thing to remember about Angelina Jordan's musical artistry is that it's not about like dazzling you with these technical things, like reaching these really high notes or anything like that, although she can do those things. It's about this emotional connection with the listener. She has this unique way of making you feel something deep inside. That's illustrated by, this is a famous video. Here we have a vocal coach, and she's listening to Angelina Jordan sing, and she's giving this technical analysis of the technique she's using, like melismas and all these technical terms. But then she suddenly stops talking and she starts to cry. And she just cries for over a minute as the music just washes over her. That's the Angelina Jordan emotional effect.
Anyone can say nothing really matters. Nothing really matters to me.
Now I wanted to get back to this book that I mentioned earlier because to illustrate another very important thing about Angelina Jordan. She wrote this book about an experience she had when she met, at the age of 6 years old, she met an orphan girl And the girl had no shoes, and she gave this girl her own shoes. By the way, this book is illustrated by her artist grandmother. So after that experience, from then on, on all of her concerts, she performs barefoot. And that's in solidarity with the orphans and people in need of the world. And that's just because she is just a wonderful human being. She's very full of empathy and kindness and love, and she makes you want to be a better person. I think she makes the world a better place. And that was really the real reason why I started my YouTube channel about her, more than the music per se. Now, I know that all of this is can sound over the top, but I'm telling you, I'm not the only person who talks about Angelina Jordan like this. It almost seems like she's won some kind of cosmic lottery. Like, in addition to all of the things I've said, now that she's all grown up, she just happens to kind of look like a supermodel, and worthy of being on the cover of a magazine. And now I would say that at the ripe old age of 19, a lot of people would say that she has become the best singer in the world, period, any age. And so in conclusion, I'm really hoping that you will check out Angelina Jordan's music. Really give it a chance. Half an hour, headphones on, no distractions. And I have some handouts here that will help you to get started with that. And I know some of you are not going to react the way that I have and the way others have reacted, and that's fine because music is very subjective. But I'm hoping that at least a few of you will react the way that I have, because for you, the reward is decades and decades of soul-stirring music to come. So it's like decades and decades versus half an hour lost of your time. So I think it's worth the risk. Thank you very much. Thank you. I have these handouts. Thank you for listening to my speech. If you would like to check out more of Angelina Jordan's music, here is the link to the same playlist that I provided to the audience of my speech after I was finished. And now on to that date that I wanted you to mark your calendar for. What's that about? Well, all of we Angelina Jordan fans are very excited because she is coming out with a new album. September 9th, 9 a.m. Los Angeles time, California. And we're always excited about new music, but this album is really exciting for a number of reasons. One, it's her first complete album since that jazz album, It's Magic. So it's like 7 years, all originals. And another thing that's very exciting about it is this is the first completely independent album that she's done with no outside collaborators. And so it's definitely going to have a different sound to it than what we're used to. Of course, we'll have her gorgeous voice. But so this will be a great introduction for you just starting out on Angelina Jordan, as well as it will just be a wonderful experience for us fans too. One final thing that's very intriguing about this album is that there is collaboration in the sense that the lyrics are based on the poetry of Angelina's grandmother. I had mentioned that her grandmother was an artist, but she's also a poet. She's been very, very important in Angelina Jordan's life. She's been a real musical mentor. And so now this is the first time they're collaborating on an album. Her name is Mary Zamani, and she has produced some of Angelina Jordan's videos, but this is the first musical collaboration. And judging from Mary's poetry, which I guess Angelina Jordan is going to kind of use that as a basis, but also have her own words, it's going to be lyrically a very interesting album. So Mary Zamani has already been doing a fair amount of promotion for this, and she's a passionate artist, so she can kind of go over the top with some of her promotion, like this one with Mozart and Beethoven praising the album. But yes, it's very exciting.
The doctor said no, but my heart said go.
Before we go, Angelina Jordan has inspired a lot of people besides me to do a lot of things. I started my own channel, but others have started channels too. And some have started channels that are based more on the humanitarian, loving Angelina Jordan that I talked about in connection with the experience that she had that led her to go barefoot in her concerts. There is one channel I want to spotlight because it's how I came to make this speech. It's called Labors of Love for AJ, and among other things, they issue challenges to fans to do things in the spirit of Angelina Jordan. And this challenge was to go barefoot for an hour and during that time either do some charitable work or talk to people about Angelina Jordan. And I was one of the participants. And I decided to do the talking to people about Angelina Jordan thing, and that did not go so well. But, well, you're just going to have to watch this little excerpt from the upcoming documentary that they're going to be releasing quite soon. That's relates the stories of the different people who participated in this challenge.
Angelina Jordan's encounter with Princess could be looked at as this: a 6-year-old girl pushing through her shyness to create a life-changing connection with a kindred spirit. The very first sentence of Between Two Hearts is, "I get a bit shy when I'm standing on the scales being weighed. The girl wants to weigh me on the street." And believe me when I say shyness can be tough to push through. Hi, I'm Chris Walker with Big Angie Fan Channel, and this is the Barefoot Challenge. I'm very nervous about talking to people. I'm very shy, and so maybe God was trying to help me out with giving me some rain. So I'm going to start out inside my house here. That day my shyness really hit full force and I almost gave up. But then the thought came to me that I could rejoin Toastmasters after 20 years or so. That's an organization that helps people with public speaking, and one side benefit is it also helps people with shyness to just feel more comfortable in social situations. And I thought, yes, I could give a speech about Angelina Jordan as my first big speech. And I think my main takeaway from the speech is that if you have a passion about something, and Angelina Jordan can make you feel passionate, it really helps you to get out of your shell. Certainly helped me. Just in general, the Angelina Jordan effect is there, that not only do you get to hear this beautiful music, but you also, it heals you, it helps you to change. At least it does for a lot of people.
And all the broken